What is up, guys? Midwest Raider coming at you with another video for my channel. So today I'm super excited to bring you a quick comparison between two speakers. Now I was going to be doing a different comparison, but I think the ones that I came down to is the best comparison between the two speakers. Now I want to do a review on this AOMAIS portable kind of boombox type speaker. It is a portable Bluetooth speaker. And I wanted to compare it to the actual G-Boom, the original G-Boom, not the new version that got really plasticky. But I picked up the G-Boom and it really didn't compare very well to the speaker, because the speaker is absolutely pretty good. So I had to go with something a little bit more upgraded to compare it to, and I've actually gone ahead and selected the Xb41. So I'm going to compare the Xb41 to the AOMAIS, and we'll see which one you guys like the best. Also, just didn't see a lot of comparison between. I really wanted to do the G-Boom, but like I said, I really just don't think it was a good comparison. The G-Boom just didn't sound as loud, and also just didn't sound as good as this AOMAIS. So I thought the Xb41 would do better. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Midwest Raider, DJ Martini Midwest, DJ Martini Services on Facebook, and DJMartiniMidwest.com. Check them all out. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing. Thank you guys for sharing all your information that you guys have been sharing with me and being very positive on the feedback and everything. So thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Also, I just wanted to tell everybody to continue to be safe, stay healthy, and just, take care of yourself, but yet keep busy as well, guys. It'll help keep you guys going, all right? So let's talk about the speaker. I was in the market for a new Bluetooth speaker, because I usually honestly go with, anytime there is a new XB speaker from Sony, I do like to test it out and check it out. But once I found out that the SRS Xb series lost its 3.5 millimeter jack in the back, I was super bummed, guys. So if you notice, this XB has a 3.5 millimeter jack, and so you can go ahead and use it to hook up to a controller or hook up to any source you want to. It's not just Bluetooth, and I really like that about this thing has been my go-to for many outdoor parties, little backyard gigs, friends and family, anything I do. This is my go-to, and it sounds excellent. It has lights, has an app, you can really narrow in the sound and everything. So it's a very good speaker. It has pretty good charge time. Let's see, they say you can get 24 hours on it new. This one I actually purchased used, and I saw maybe 14 hours brand new if I ran it at low without the extra bass. But now I'm running probably around 8 hours. Like I said, so the battery's probably run down on this. I've had it for at least a year and a half. But like I said, even I bought it used. So very good speaker still. 8 hours is pretty solid. I don't think I'd do a gig or anything else, hang out with friends for longer than 8 hours. So it still works perfect for what I use it for. And like I said, it's definitely my go-to. There's so many features you can get through the app with this. You can connect it. It has Bluetooth, NFC. You can party chain them to other Sony speakers and all kinds of stuff still with the Xb41, which is one of my, like I said, favorite speakers. Like I said, you can tell that I'm excited because this is just my go-to speaker when I'm talking about doing very small portable things. So once again, so we're going to do a sound test in a minute here, but I just thought I'd go over this one a little bit. There's tons of videos on this, but I really wanted to talk about the AOMAIS a little bit more. So like I said, this is the Xb41. It does have Bluetooth 4.2. Like I said, it's about 3 pounds, so it's not too heavy. It's really portable. Like I said, definitely throw this in a backpack. Has NFC. Does have that 3.5 millimeter jack, which is one of the biggest reasons why I still prefer the speaker to anything else. It does have two 2.8, I think they say, or yeah, 2.2 inch drivers, full range drivers, and then a radiator speaker in the middle. It does have a big 4,900 milliamp battery. Like I said, you can pick this up for around $99 now, but retail is $249. So really, if you bought this brand new, in some places they will charge you $249 for it. So even with the new one out, they have the Xb43 out, and even with that new model out, which is even cheaper than this one, if you bought it new, which is kind of ridiculous. The new Xb43 will cost $189, and this is $249. So depending on where you bought it, but I have seen it on Amazon for $200 or $189. So and like I said, I will not be getting the new XB series for the fact that they got rid of that 3.5 millimeter jack, and it's just a straight Bluetooth speaker. Like I said, for me, that's just not an option. I really like to have the way and opportunity and the need to plug in a 3.5 millimeter jack into that, especially when I'm using it with a controller sometimes, or with my device or whatever. I really like to be able to plug in. So that kind of ruined Sony for me, at least with the XB series, because I really am going to miss that 3.5 millimeter jack. All right, guys. So also, this is waterproof and dustproof, and so it is submergible and that kind of thing. So definitely very, very cool, very, very portable. And all right, guys, what's up? Let's talk about the AOMAIS, guys. This is a great speaker for the price point at $70, which is extremely cheaper than a brand new Xb41. Now, if you bought a used one or a renewed one, you'd probably get it for around $100, but it's still, $30 less. So very good value you're going to get with this. It has a ton of speaker. It has a passive radiator in the back. It has 2 dedicated tweeters. It has 2 full range speakers. And I believe it even has 3 full range speakers in the front, unless that middle one's a passive radiator, which is quite possible. But very, very cool. The tweeters get insanely loud. This thing is insanely loud for a Bluetooth speaker. Now, the bass is excellent at low volumes, but at high volumes, I think it kind of gets lost in everything, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people have given it awesome and extremely awesome reviews, which I am going to continue to do. I'm just going to tell you that as the volume continues to get louder, I think it kind of loses some of that bass response. Now with the Xb41, you don't have that issue. You can get it to max volume, but you still carry all the bass and tones and everything throughout every volume level. The AOMAIS speaker kind of drowns out, because the highs and mids get so loud that you kind of drowned out the bass a little bit. So very, very unfortunate on that, but it is extremely loud as a speaker if you're looking just for a straight out loud speaker. Now, the AOMAIS is a Bluetooth 5.0 type speaker. It does claim 40 hours of charge time, depending on how you use it, volume levels, and that type of thing. 40 watts of power, and it is also a power bank as well, with a 10,000 milliamp battery that's inside this, so you can use it to charge devices. So that's very, very cool as well. Not only could you charge your device, but you could have a hooked up Bluetooth. So this does have a 3.5 millimeter jack. It also has a micro connection, so you can charge it, or you could also technically charge it through the USB as well. It is waterproof, but make sure you put this plug back in very well. It goes in there very well. But it is waterproof and submergible up to 30 feet. So I don't know why you want to submerge it 30 feet, because you can't really hear the sound underwater, but it is possible to do that. Has a nice, it looks nice. It reminds me of a little boombox. Very, very portable. Could still stick this in a backpack. So I do like its portability, and like I said, the sound is just crazy. Pretty simple You have your power button, which is also going to act as your Bluetooth link button. You have play and pause, or sorry, you have play and pause, and then your volume buttons here with a plus and a negative for volume. It has a nice texture to it. It is plastic, but it just has a nice texture to it. The rubber inserts on the bottom here, but very, very nice. So I do like that about it. Now in the box, you're not going to get too crazy. You're going to get a charging cable for it, which is the micro 3.5mm jack to connect devices if you want to do that. A little startup guide, and of course the box. Now I know with the old one you got like a little cover for it, a little kind of carry travel cover. You don't get that with this new version, which is the upgraded Bluetooth. But I don't think it's quite necessary, but it would be nice to have that. But I did not get that with the new version, so just to let you know that. Other than that, guys, it does have a nice build, nice quality. Looks good. Like I said, it has that 3.5mm jack. Right here, you just pull that tab out and you can get to that there, which I do like, because like I said, I like to be able to plug into my speakers. So other than that, guys, I think that's about it. I will show you a quick sound test and we'll go on with the video, and I'll give you my final verdict on which one I think is totally worth it or better. Sound test. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the sound test. So I have the both speakers here, and they're going to be at comparable volumes. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the Sony here, which you can see is all lit up. Looks very, very nice. But then you do have the AOMAIS over here, and we're going to go give you a couple sound clips. Go ahead and put some headphones on. This is going to make everything sound a little bit better for you. I do have the speakers. They're probably only about 3 feet away from the microphone. So I'm going to keep the volumes around 50 to 75%. I'm not going to go full volume, but just know that these are both very, very loud speakers, but I want to see if you can get the most, depth and sound from the speakers. That way you can get the best listening. I'm not just going to max them out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Sony, and then I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to go to the AOMAIS. So as soon as this one stops, the music will stop, and then you'll know that I'm going to go to the AOMAIS, and I'm going to try to play the same music samples. I'm going to play a couple songs and a couple intros to songs, and then you can go ahead and get your idea from there. But go ahead and put some headphones on, and let's get this going. Alright guys, now I'm going to switch it up to the AOMAIS. Let's wrap this video up on the AOMAIS. Hopefully I'm saying this right, the AOMAIS, and the SRS Xb41 from Sony. Now, both of them are very, very good speakers. Now, let's compare some things and get some things out of the way. So, price-wise, of course, the AOMAIS is going to win at $70. The Xb41 is running brand new at $249, which is still ridiculous that there's a new model out and these are still running very, very expensive. Now you can get a refurbished or renewed or however used you want to call it, and they're still running at $100, guys. So still a very good speaker in high demand, I guess, as well. The AOMAIS, of course, wins that competition because it's only running at $69.99. Probably get it. I think I had a $5 coupon on Amazon, so I got it for $65. A very, very good value because this speaker does get loud. Now if you want to talk about volume, the AOMAIS wins again. The volume on this is ridiculous. You can really get some volume. I am in a pretty long basement here, and I was stepping way back, and still it was enough volume that I probably wouldn't run it that volume if I was hanging out with people down here. So it is very, very loud. The Xb41 does get loud too, but definitely AOMAIS gets louder, okay? Let's talk about battery life. Once again, the AOMAIS is going to win this competition because the AOMAIS claims 40 hours of battery life, which I can believe with that 10,000 millihour amp battery that's inside it, okay? And not only can it, keep this device going, but it could also charge another device. So definitely can get, the power that you need out of it. So once again, it wins in that device. How many speakers the speaker has in it? This speaker has like 5-6 speakers in it. It has 2 dedicated tweeters, 2 dedicated full range speakers, a passive radiator in the back, and then another middle of, I don't know if it's a passive radiator or a full range speaker in the center. So it definitely has a lot of speakers and it sounds really good, okay? Now for features as in audio quality, the Sony is going to win this because it has a dedicated app that you can use to party chain it to. Now the AOMAIS will also party chain with one of its own speakers, so you can connect 2 together for stereo sound, but you can also do that with the Xb41, which it can also hook up to other XB speakers or party chain it to other Sony speakers. So there is an option through an app. You can also, it has EQ and you can change the light settings. Now this one does have lights, that also wins a factor there. This one does not, except for that blue LED in the front. So you definitely get there. So definitely has some quality. Now they both have 3.5mm jacks inputs, which is awesome. So I can run any device to any speaker. I really do like that about them. Like I said, you can charge it through USB and the micro plug, which the Xb41 actually has an AC plug, and then you can also charge it through the micro though as well. So can do that both there. You can charge other devices with this, but you're not going to get as much power out of than with the AOMAIS. So that's where we're at there. The Bluetooth work exceptional for one. You do have NFC with the Sony. Other than that, guys, let's talk about overall, just bottom line. Bottom line for me, the Xb41 sound-wise at any volume sounds really, really good. And I mean, it holds the highs, mids, lows, everything, and it keeps them nice at every volume. Now when we talk about the AOMAIS, at low volumes it sounds very, very comparable, but you can still hear the highs and mids a little bit more because of those dedicated tweeters at the top of the speaker. But once you get super high in levels, it really drowns out the bass and you kind of lose it. That doesn't happen with the Xb41 in my opinion. So overall sound quality, I still have to go with the Xb41. But for pure loudness and pure, still sounding pretty decent, the AOMAIS is very, very, very nice speaker. Other than that, guys, I think that has been my comparison. Yes, overall quality, the Xb41 is a great speaker and has great sound at any volume. The AOMAIS has very, very good quality, sounds good, has that extra power pack, has very, very good battery life, has very, very good sound, but at higher levels of volume, it's gonna drown out the bass in my opinion. And so that's where it kind of loses me a little bit, but I do like that it is a very, very nice speaker at a great price and it's super loud. So I do like all those features about it. So this has been my review on the AOMAIS. Kind of talks about my Xb41 as being my go-to as well. Talked about how I'm kind of disappointed that the new XB series lost its 3.5mm jack, which is going to discourage me from buying any of the new ones. So I'm really going to hold on to my Xb41. But the AOMAIS is a very, very good speaker. Now, I was going to compare this speaker to the G-Boom because they kind of look similar, and they are at similar price points now that you can find them. The G-Boom was a little bit more expensive when it came out, probably at $100. The original G-Boom, not the new plastic version. But I actually got my hands on a G-Boom that I borrowed from a friend, and it really didn't compare sound-wise to the AOMAIS, so I really thought it was a better comparison to do it with the Xb41. Plus it wasn't as loud. I didn't think it had awesome bass like a lot of people say it did. The bass sounded hollow to me. It did have bass, but it sounded a little bit hollow, and it just didn't sound correct to me. So I was going to compare it with that G-Boom, but instead I thought a better comparison was with this Xb41. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been Midwest Raider. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, the sound test and everything. Please like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you guys later.